Talk about ethics and unemployment. I too am a graduate at NWTC here coming up in the spring. And when I joined in at school, they told me in my field, they said, hey, you have a great field to be getting into. In about 3 or 4 years, all these older people, these 40s and 50s, they're going to be looking for retirement. They're going to be wanting to live the easy life. They're going to be wanting to get their retirement taken care of. Well, now 3 years later, thank you, Mr. Obama, none of those people have any money to retire. I wish someone could explain that to me. I'm going to have to write my congressman. Well, we're going to keep this energy going here. We got a good man coming up next. He's the chair at the St. Norbert College of Republicans. He's actually going to be running for the secretary of the Wisconsin Federation and College Republicans. Probably, when we're talking about ethics, this is one of the most ethical guys I ever got a chance to meet. And I'm going to try to do my best with his last name here, Jason Mugnaini. Come on up, Jason. Let's hear it for Jason.
Thank you, thank you. It's Jason Mugnaini.
I tried.
Wow,
I tried.
Pretty amazing crowd out here. Thank you all for coming out here and being with us today. It means a lot. Well, I'd like to take a moment of your time today to say that this is not a day to protest the Obama administration solely. He alone is not the problem with our government. It stretches decades back when fat and crooked politicians started sacrificing our rights and principles for false promises and political gains. I am here today to say that this will stand no longer. Now, this is not a fight between classes or races.
That's right.
This is about reminding a government who they work for and that we, their employers, have had enough.
That's right.
Now, the high-handed tax burden that we have been dealt have left so many of us struggling to make ends meet and provide for our families. If we want America to succeed again, we cannot tax the backbone of our nation into poverty while we allow Washington's fat cats to hemorrhage trillions of our hard-earned dollars and deficits to support policies we don't even want. If they expect us to live off our means, I expect them to live off theirs. We live in a nation founded on a belief of freedom that empowers individuals to freely make their own decisions, and it must stay that way. Or the ideals that this nation was founded upon will be futile. We must preserve our freedoms, every little freedom, the freedoms that they are trying to take away from us today. The freedom to choose how we run our businesses,
That's right.
to choose the cars that we want to drive,
Right.
to make our own medical decisions. So this November, let's exercise the freedom that the Constitution gives us and choose who we want to represent us in Washington. Vote them out. That's right. To the young people in this crowd, this is our country, ours to fight for, ours to exceed the greatness and success that generations past have flourished in. However, we will not reach these great heights if we allow our government to continue down a path of federal takeover, regulation, and out-of-control policies that magnify problems rather than fix them the first time correctly. Like the current healthcare legislation that has nothing to do with healthcare reform and all about more power for the party in charge and winning a political game. So let us remind everyone here that we are the future, and that if we do not take a stand and act now, we will forever have to bear these burdens. So I implore you, the young people and those who are young at heart, to take a stand, get involved, go do doors, make phone calls, write letters to your editor and your congressman. Just get out and get involved. Because if we do not take a stand, the problems we see today will be pushed onto the leaders of tomorrow. Our generation can achieve so much, so many unbelievable things, but we will not be able to reach great heights if we just stand by idly and let others hand us the death sentence to our potential. This is why I am here, to have our voices be heard. I see a country that was hoping for change, regardless of who we voted for, but I don't think that we have seen any. All I have seen is more of the same. We've come here today, and not just us here in Green Bay, but all across this nation, to speak out and say, enough is enough. Now, we have seen these people speak in New Jersey, in Virginia, and in Massachusetts. And we will see them speak this November. In my closing remarks, I can only hope that 1 year from this date we can meet all back together and stand side by side, each and every one of us, and look to the person to our left and to our right and say that, I remember when we took our country back. Thank you, and God bless America and all those who have served and have served our nation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason, let's hear it for him.